gentlemen, as official town crier of the city of Barrie, I bring news of the greatest importance. The corporation of the city of Barrie have asked me on behalf of Mayor Jeff Lehman to make a proclamation announcing June 2019 as Barrie Concert Band Month. I am so glad you did that because I have written pause for applause. Be aware, since 1869, Barrie Concert Band has been in continual existence and is deemed to be the oldest music organisation in the city of Barrie, and also being known for 150 years. Barrie Concert Band has been active in your community, playing at City Hall, seniors' homes, travelogues, concert series, Santa Claus parades, fundraising events, Sunday evening concerts in the parks, and many special events throughout the city of Barrie for over 1.5 centuries. Whereas Barrie Concert Band will be performing their 150th year Let's Celebrate concert today here at Collier Street Church. During the concert, a commissioned piece commemorating the 150th anniversary will be performed for the very first time. Therefore, on behalf of Mayor Lehman and the city of Barrie and the community of Simcoe County, I hereby proclaim once again the month of June 2019 to be the Barrie Concert Band Month. Long may Barrie Concert Band continue to entertain and delight us, the citizens of this community. And God bless our great, our free, and our wonderfully musically talented country, Canada!
Thank you, Town Crier Travers. Before we start today's program marking the sesquicentennial of the Barrie Concert Band, we have City Councillor for Ward 6, Natalie Harris here, who will be raising the band's new logo flag with Daryl Johnson, President of the Barrie Concert Band. As Town Crier announced, June is the month of Barrie Concert Band Month in the city of Barrie. With all us together, it's appropriate that we raise a flag in commemoration of the 150th. Now, on with our program. Suite on Canadian Folk Songs by Morley Calvert. Canadian composer Morley Calvert was born in Brantford, Ontario in 1928. He studied music at the Royal Conservatory of Toronto, as well as McMaster and McGill universities. Well known as an educator and conductor, he is best known in Barrie for his time as music teacher at Barrie Central Collegiate. His compositions are often based on the folk music of Canada, as is this composition, Suite on Canadian Folk Songs, composed in 1967. Morley Calvert passed away in 1991. Would you please welcome our first conductor for today's program, Mr. David Boyd.
thank the Barrie Concert Band and conductor Peter Boise for allowing us this opportunity to share with you the sesquicentennial concert. What an event this is. They also asked that we mention to you why we would choose the pieces we chose. Well, choosing music for a concert band usually falls into three categories. One, it will be entertaining for the audience. Two, it will be entertaining for the band to play. Three, it will be challenging and therefore promote the musical growth of the group. For a guest conductor, however, there are a couple of other reasons. Is it fun for me to conduct? And which score has big enough print, since it's been 20 years since I looked at music?
Les Mis, arranged by J. Bocock. This is a medley of tunes from the favorite Broadway musical Les Mis. The 1985 musical was based on the 1864 novel by Victor Hugo, and since opening in London has become an international hit, as well as an acclaimed film adaptation. Included in this arrangement are the songs Look Down, At the End of the Day, I Dreamed a Dream, Master of the House, Suddenly, and Do You Hear the People Sing? Would you please welcome Mr. Mark Needs as conductor for this piece.
So I will say a few words about why I picked this piece. For two reasons. One, it's a great piece of music. Two, the band needs a break after that first one. Wow, that's a fantastic band.
Variations on Scarborough Fair, arranged by Calvin Custer. Scarborough Fair is a traditional English folk song dating to as early as 1670. It was made popular by Simon and Garfunkel on their 1966 album, Parsley, Sage, Rosemary, and Thyme, a familiar line from that song. This is a beautiful arrangement by prolific band arranger Calvin Custer. It is written using the ancient scale of the Dorian mode, rather than a traditional minor scale. This gives the tune its timeless appeal. Please welcome conductor Daniel Johnson.
Okay, so first a word about the jacket. I'm taking a lot of ribbing from my fellow conductors. In the late 90s, I guess the band decided that they wanted a makeover, so in addition to making me this fine jacket, everybody in the band was outfitted with vests of the same material. So we were quite the matching pair. Fortunately, this was for the winter season only. We did not wear them in the summer, thankfully. Even today, it's a little bit close. But may I point out, I can still do up the button.
a brief program note, historical note to Daniel's fine introduction of Marche des Parachutistes Belges by Pierre Leemans and arranged by Charles A. Wiley. Pierre Leemans was a Belgian composer who, while serving in World War I, was asked to write a march for his regiment. He did not finish it at that time, but at the outbreak of World War II, he had dinner with members of the newly formed Belgian Parachute Regiment, and he finished the march started many years earlier, dedicating it to them. Our next tune, or piece I should say, Tubby the Tuba by George Kleinsinger, arranged by George F. Roach. Tubby the Tuba was written in 1945 by George Kleinsinger with words by Paul Tripp. It was made popular by the 1947 Oscar-winning short film and later in 1975 by an early computer animated cartoon film prompted by music. It has been recorded many times by some very famous narrators, including Danny Kaye, Jose Ferrer, and Julia Child, to name a few. But the tuba players are often not so well known. This is not the case with our soloist today, and we are very pleased to have international soloist and member of the Toronto Symphony Orchestra, Mr. Mark Tetro. I will be your narrator for Tubby the Tuba, and conducting this piece is Mr. Peter Boise.
Just a few notes about what's going on today. We have 6 conductors here of the Barrie concert band, myself, of the current conductor, and 5 former conductors. There are only 7 of us still living, apparently, and you have 6 here, which I think is quite fantastic, and I'm really We tried to get some of the others, but we had very little response. In any case, it's quite a privilege to be here with all these great musicians, and it's really making a wonderful concert. My choice for Tubby the tuba for this concert was more about the soloist. I had been doing a concert in Aurelia a few years ago with a small ensemble doing hits of 1900 with a 6-piece group, and my tuba player canceled at the last minute for some reason and said, "It's all right, I've got a pretty good substitute to send in his place." And he sent his teacher, this guy here, from when he was in university. So we played this concert, and it was a wonderful show, and it was more of a tuba concerto than just oompa oompa, which is what he was playing. So when this opportunity to have a soloist for a concert came up, I immediately thought of Mark. The solo piece that he's playing in the second half was his choice. But Tubby the tuba is my choice, because as a small child, seeing the animated cartoon, it left a great impression on me. The actual tuba that talks in the cartoon, it still is fixed in my mind as being very funny and a bit creepy. And because of that, I thought this would be a wonderful thing to do with the band and with Mark. So thank you very much.
Once upon a time, there was a band which was all busy tuning out. First, the oboe gave her B flat to the clarinets. And then to the rest of the woodwinds. And to the brasses. Up and around the scales they sped, helter-skelter, faster and faster. All but Tubby the tuba. A fat little tuba, puffing away, but oh so slow. Oh, what lovely music, thought Tubby, and sighed. Here, what's the matter? Said Peepo the piccolo. Oh, said Tubby, every time we do a new piece, you all get such pretty melodies to play, and I never get a pretty melody. But people never write pretty melodies for tubas. It just got done. Oh, there's a conductor. Shh. First, the clarinets danced the lovely little tune. Then they cried to the flutes, "Catch!" "Got it!" cried the flutes. Got you, cried Tubby. Oh, you're sitting on me, cried the little tune. Poor little Tubby picked up the flat little tune and tried to squeeze it back into shape. You clumsy fool, snapped the brasses. I'm sorry, Mr. Trumpet, said Tubby. Well, I should think so, said the woodwinds. They quivered with great indignation. Tubby, said the conductor, Tubby, just what is the matter? Please, sir, I thought it would be so nice to dance with the pretty little tune instead of going oom-pa, all the time. Dance? Laughed the woodwinds. Dance? Well, really? The French horn quietly put his hand to his mouth and smiled, and the whole band began to laugh. Stop it, I say! Tubby! Please, sir, I wasn't laughing. Rehearsal was over. Tubby was walking home with Peepo the piccolo. Please, Peepo, said Tubby. I just feel so bad. I don't think I want any company. I understand, said Peepo. Good night. Good night, said Tubby. The moon was out. Tubby went to the river and sat down on a log. And he looked at himself in the water. Alone am I, me and I together. If I went away from thee, how unhappy I would be, me and I, oh my. The trees whispered in the wind. The waterfalls tinkled. And an old owl hooted. Suddenly, a big bullfrog jumped out of the water and sat down on a log beside him. Oh. Bug-up, lovely evening, bug-up, I said, lovely evening, clunk, 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 I said, beautiful evening, hello, bug-up, But Tubby just sat. "Oh well," said the frog. "Oh well, if I'm not wanted." "Oh," cried Tubby, "please, Mr. Frog, come back. I didn't mean to be impolite." Back hopped the frog. "Oh, that's all right. I'm used to it. No one pays any attention to me either." "Really?" said Tubby. "Why, of course. I sit here every night and sing my heart out. But does anyone listen to me? No!" "Can you sing?" asked Tubby. "Can I sing? Listen!" "That's lovely," said Tubby. "You try it," said the frog. "Oh, thank you," said Tubby. "Say, you're a very fine tuba. Do you know it?" "Tubby, you should try that on your band sometime," said the frog. "Oh, I will," said Tubby. "Goodbye, Mr. Frog." And off went Tubby, as happy could be. Said the frog. "Most appreciative audience I've ever had. Fine musician, that tuba." "Bug up, lovely evening, bug up, I said, lovely evening, clunk, 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 clunk. I said, beautiful evening, hello, bug up. Good night." The next day, the band was busy tuning up for the rehearsal and buzzing with excitement over the arrival of a great new conductor, Maestro Pietro Voiacini. Tubby practiced his oompa and smiled to himself. Pipo, the piccolo, caught his eye. "Feeling better?" "Uh-huh," winked Tubby. "Here he comes," called the French horns. "Here comes Maestro Voiacini." "All right, now we begin." And Tubby began to play. He played his sweet little melody. "Oh, that wretched tuba," snapped the brasses. "He'll disgrace us." The trombone stuck out his tongue. And the trumpet snickered. "Tubby," said Maestro Voiacini. "Tubby, I never heard a tuba play a melody before. Let's hear the rest of it." "Oh," said Tubby, Why, how perfectly wonderful, said the clarinets. Please, Tubby, may we sing your tune too? How about me? Asked the xylophone. And he said the trombone. May I ask the glockenspiel? Here I come, call people! And they all joined in. Well, we've done it, haven't we, Tubby? It was a bullfrog sitting right down beside him. We all have our points too, don't we? Oh, thought Tubby, how happy I am. A very special treat and event for this concert in the style or in the fact of Perception Suite, a suite composed by conductor Rick Posey. This piece for the 150th anniversary was commissioned and awarded to Rick. Rick has named this piece Perception Suite and will be conducting the premiere of this work right now. Please welcome Mr. Rick Posey.
Thank you very much. It was kind of neat. They asked me to write this piece for this 150th concert, and I thought, great, fantastic. So a little time went by, and then I started realizing, I've got to start figuring out how to write this piece of music. I'm like, where do I start, right? So I came up with the idea, and it's not my idea at all, that I stole the idea from Phil Nimmons, who's, I think, somewhere around 109 years old with a walker, still going through U of T teaching. Phenomenal guy. And so I stole the idea from him because once we did Atlantic Suite, he explained to me how he did that composition with the letters to spell the word east and how he did that. So I won't tell any secrets about that. But what I did was I spelled the word Barrie with this piece of music. So basically we went through the different letters, but also thought about past conductors of the band. So it started off with B, and you've read that stuff in the program probably, in the key of B in the beginning, and the band never complained about playing in the key of B major. Never. So it's 5 sharps. They asked me to rewrite it. My wife begged me to rewrite it. I just, no, it has to be B. So anyway, hope you enjoy Perception's piece. Sweet.
The Washington Post by John Philip Sousa. John Philip Sousa is the world's best-known composer of military marches. While not strictly a military march, Sousa's Washington Post is one of the world's favorite marches. It was written in 1889 for an essay writing contest run by the newspaper of the same name. Please welcome back Mr. Mark Needs to conduct this piece.
So as Daniel said, no program is really right without a march. I didn't know any of that stuff. But that's kind of cool. This is the Washington Post march. Hope you enjoy it.
Selections from Chicago by John Candor, arranged by Ted Ricketts. The multiple Tony Award-winning musical Chicago was written by John Candor with lyrics by Bob Fosse in 1975, based on the 1926 play of the same name. It is the second longest running Broadway musical, next to The Phantom of the Opera, with almost 7,500 performances so far. The band will now perform selections from the show: All That Jazz, Cell Block Tango, Roxy, and We Both Reached for the Gun. Please welcome back Mr. Daniel Johnson.
So putting a program together, it was always nice to pull out an arrangement like this, which was a combination of familiar, great tunes, well arranged, but a fairly easy arrangement, so the band could relax, I could relax. So usually somewhere near the end of the program, something like this will be put in. Just we're close, we're almost there. We are close, we're almost there. But it just everybody could relax take a breath, have fun. Now the challenge that I pose to them is they're supposed to sound like a 7-piece salon orchestra in a speakeasy. So tell me what you think.
Carnival of Venice by Jean-Baptiste Arbon, arranged Michael Rondo. The Carnival of Venice is based on a Neapolitan folk song called O Mama, Mama Cara, and popularized by violinist and composer Niccolò Paganini. Famous trumpet virtuoso Jean-Baptiste Arbon, or Arbon, as we know in North America, was very taken with Paganini's version and wrote this set of variations in the middle of the 19th century, written for trumpet. Now, we will hear these variations played by our featured soloist, Mark Tetro, on tuba. Please welcome back Mr. Peter Boise to conduct this piece.
Before we start this, and this piece was purely Mark's choice to play because it's you'll discover it's a bit of a show-offy piece. But one thing I forgot to mention about the conductors up here is that at one of our first rehearsals we all got together at, this is quite a logistical nightmare to get 6 people in the same place week after week from time to time. Anyways, and 2 of the gentlemen came up to me and said, by the way, do you know that we actually went to university together? And I said, and as it turns out, both Daniel and Mark and I graduated from the University of Toronto Music Department in 1985, in the dark mists of time. And the reason why I didn't really know them all that well is because I was supposed to graduate in '84 and was such a poor student that I took me an extra year to graduate, so I wasn't really in their class. But we have our pictures on the same, piece of paper with all the graduates on it. So it was an interesting happenstance, It's a small world. Anyways, and now.
First Suite in E-flat by Gustav Holst. English composer Gustav Holst wrote two cornerstone band compositions, his first and second suites for military band. Holst was much influenced by Wagner, Richard Strauss, and Ravel. During his life, he was unable to make a living as a composer and played the trombone professionally. He taught music at an all-night, this is terrible the way it's going to come out. It's supposed to read an all-girls school. Now you do with the words as you may, I won't touch it. But he did this from 1905 until his death in 1934. And he pioneered music education for women at that time. Today, we will end our program with the first suite for military band, composed in 1909. Please welcome Mr. Graham Hillian as conductor for this piece.
As probably the shortest conductor, I don't mean in stature, but I mean in length of time. Everyone else has conducted the band for quite a while. I played in the band for a long time, and I was more the transitional guy. So I thought about what I would pick to play, and I was totally selfish and said, what do I want to play? So conducting, it's fun too, but it's more fun playing. And I picked the whole suite just because this is one of the classics. I'm sure many of you in band programs throughout Ontario would have seen this, or throughout the world would have seen this piece in their repertoire. So this is Gustav Holst.